Everybody freeze. It's a stitch up. What's a stitch up? It's when you freeze and I talk and I teach you something new. It takes 10 minutes and it's lots of fun, hopefully. This is the first one, so I hope you like it. So we're going to start with a segment called What's Happening in the Studio This Week. And so in the studio this week, I'm going to show you a bit of a loop around in a second, but I got this air conditioner installed yesterday and I am so super excited. It means that on hot afternoons when we're running classes, we don't all have to sweat. And in winter, when it's really super cold, it's got a special button and I can set it from inside the house so that when I come out here, it's toasty and warm. I feel so grown up. Oh my God, it's just so exciting. I'm very pleased about that. I'm going to show you a loop around the studio now. As you can see, we were doing some renovations yesterday. There's piles of work to be done. There's still piles of work to be done and lots of stuff to be cleaned up and tidied up. Goodness me, one day I'll get it right. That mirror's got to find a new home. And what I'm going to do in this blank corner here is really exciting. So I've been listening to a book by a lady called Gretchen Rubin, and it's called Getting Things Done. And she talks about people being different tendencies. And my tendency, it turns out, is being an obligator. And what that means is I get really tied up in the alterations work because I know people are counting on me and I know that they need these things. And what happens is my things, my personal and other business things that I want to do, get pushed to the side. By the time I get to them, I'm worn out, burnt out, whatever, and I just run out of time for that. So I'm really aware of that now. But what she says I need is some outside accountability. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. Ready for this section next week? I've got this fantastic wallpaper, which is like wood planks, and I'm going to make myself a really nice studio background. And then there's sunshines at the top half. So it's going to be in two halves. So that, if you watch next week, I have to make sure that's done now, don't I? So there's my external accountability with the studio. So some of the projects we're working on this week are, I've got a really lovely job, sort of an interior design, bespoke bed coverings for a beautiful local hotel, which is really fun. It's not something that I've really done before. I'm working with much heavier fabrics than I'm used to. I can even maybe film some things about that through the week and show them to you next week because it's an interesting thing. Obviously, we've got lots of our regular alterations going on, and the thing that I have been working on that has got me a bit stuck, I must say. So I'm working on a new pattern and it's called Remix, and I'm really excited about it and I can't wait to show it to you. Within that, there's a video tutorial, and that has been the biggest learning curve of all time for me. It really got me. I can sit and talk like this unstructured quite happily and easily and blabber on, but when you are trying to make an educational video like that, it's a bit, it needs to be reasonable. I'm no perfectionist, as you can probably easily see, but yeah, that really has got me a bit stuck. So I've been really trying really hard to get that finished, and I want it to be as best as possible for you guys. I'm hoping it will launch maybe in another week, definitely 2. I can't wait. There's so many things I'm trying to do, but I have to just finish one at a time right now. So that is where I am at in the studio. The next segment is called Tool Time, and I'm going to show you my probably most used tool, other than my sewing machine, maybe even this, of all time, which is my snips. Now you can see I have them on a lanyard, I guess. It's completely un-OH&S. There's no emergency snap. Someone could strangle me, I'm sure. Funnily enough, the actual tag is a label that I used. We had to do a project when I was in college, like literally last century, and we had to come up with our own branding and things, and this is called Pieces to Fix a Dysfunctional Wardrobe, which I still think is a really fun thing. Anyway, snips. So I use these all the time to trim the threads when I'm finishing sewing. So I do it as I go, start and finish, so that there's never any threads left on there, or hopefully not too many. And the other thing I use this for all the time is for unpicking. So I tried to find an unpicker last week here and I can't find one. I don't know where they've all gone, but that's how rarely I use them. And I was trying to unpick something that I thought maybe I might be able to scoot through like that, but I never do that because it's really risky. So I use unpickers like this too, and this is someone's hand stitched this. I have to unpick it and redo it. So I just wanted to show you, so this is how I unpick with snips. I get under one stitch like this on one side and under one stitch like this on the other side. And see, already I've got like a loop here. So I will then pull on that loop Then I will use my snips again on this side to pull on that loop. It's not really a loop. Tail. It's a tail. So I just keep flipping over and over. Now what happens is when I unpick like this, there's no little tails around. It's actually really handy. And then if I do need to snip a thread, I've got my snips right here all the time. So why do I have them hanging around my neck? Basically so I don't lose them. Now I have actually bent down before and literally stabbed myself in the leg. So just be careful doing this. I had a pair of jeans on and it went through the jeans and a pool of blood just, anyway, enough of that. So you do need to be careful. It's not probably the most, I don't know, OH&S thing going on, but at least I don't lose them. Now, if you're going to buy some snips, you can get really cheap ones. They're shit. Don't buy them. You want to make sure they've got a really nice point, a sharp point. I don't know if you can zoom in on that. No. If you are going to buy some of these, you want to make sure that they have a really nice sharp point. Don't buy the cheapies. They'll have a cut across, like a jutted cut across on the point. You want really nice pointed ones. And they do tend to come in different sizes. I like these ones because they're metal, so they can be recycled, I guess. I probably have had these pair for years. I don't know, like literally years, and they are still working fine. I don't know what it would take to get them to go blunt, but yeah, these ones are most excellent. This segment is called This Week's Fix. So my favourite job this week has been working on these beautiful Camilla dresses for a lovely lady that I've been doing work for a really long time. She's going on a cruise, lucky her. So I just wanted to show you what I did with the hem. So we just leveled these off and changed the hem up really close on the edge. I really love Camilla Franks. I actually have worked with her before. I helped her before I was a fabric store owner in the Southern Highlands. I actually was a swimwear designer for a very long time. And I did help Camilla a little bit when she first started doing her swimwear brand, which was the most amazing fun. She is the best designer. I think she's wonderful and very clear on what she wants. I was very impressed with how quickly she could tell me whether or not she liked something. Now I wanted to show you this hem as well. So we had to shorten this one all the way around, and it had a border. So what I've actually done on this is done a little tuck on the inside. I figured it's such beautiful fine silk that if we just put a tuck on the inside, it would be the least amount of bulk, unless we did a French seam all the way around. But even that's going to give a bit more body, perhaps, because it's going to be like 4 layers like that instead of just 2. So yeah, I just basically stitched with this side on top so I could see where the border was ending, and just basically stitched a tuck around the edge. We also put some little pleats in the shoulders on these because it was a bit hanging down, made her look a bit like her boobs were really droopy. So by putting some tucks in the shoulders here, it just pulled it up. And quite miraculous what it did. It made a big difference to how they hang on her body. This particular blue one, gorgeous colours again. We just did a beautiful tiny rolled hem on the end of that. And that was my favourite job this week. Made me think of holidays. Lucky her. Love it. So the final segment on the weekly stitch up is called Press Play. And what I'm trying to do is get you to take some time to get out your machine and have some fun and have a bit of creative time. So again, accountability. I have got to do a bit of filming and I wanted to do it. I've actually got a little setup in my kitchen. It's a wheelie trolley with just a small, just regular size sewing machine on it. And I am going to attempt to stitch a version of the remix top. I've got this fabric. It's beautiful. It's actually been hand stitched. I don't know where I got this from. It's been in my stash forever. This is the Good Fabric, people. Good fabric. So it's actually like a canvas style patchwork on one side, and it's got this beautiful border print. So our remix top is, can you see that? Oh, stunning. Our remix top is panelled into 4. You would have seen me probably wearing it in a bunch of stuff of late. And I'm going to cut this up so it's small pieces so we don't need a big amount of space. And I'm going to finally wear this fabric instead of saving this fabric. And I can't wait to be able to do that. As I'm holding it up against me, the colour's not really helping me. So that just helped me make a bit of a decision. So I'll probably put these bolder colours on the outside at the top. Anyway, we will see. But I am going to be having some fun, portable fun, outside of my studio, in my kitchen, at the kitchen table, just like how you guys probably do it. And I am going to make a beautiful new top, and I will try and have it done and be wearing it next week for our weekly stitch up. So that's it for the weekly stitch up. You can unfreeze now. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it, and I look forward to seeing you next week.